I'm in kind of a mood for food. Let's talk about a dinner party.
Fuck yeah. Now let's talk about how old age this will be with misogyny. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
It's
Your
1945. It's that
your
old.
your shtick is pretty lined out, Gonzo. Me and Moonman are the only ones here with original material. Sorry, Mojo.
Right.
All good in the neighborhood.
So, this is supposed to be an etiquette video. And this one's roughly 16 minutes long, so this ought to be good.
Joseph Johnson.
Jojo?
Oh shit, he probably is.
Betty, our hostess, is having a few of her friends to her home for a birthday party. She has been to any number of little parties like this, but this is the first time she has given a party all by herself.
And this time
Like everyone
Google
else,
ain't there
she
to
thinks
help
that
her.
her etiquette is perhaps not perfect, but good enough so that there are no glaring errors. She is proud of her table arrangement and thinks she deserves a word of congratulation. But the housekeeper must tell Betty she has noticed a few errors. A napkin is out of place. The butter knife belongs on the butter dish, not next
Oh
to the
my
meat.
god.
And a water glass. Small matters, but they are important when they show whether or not your habits of etiquette are correct. See
Now,
if
here
you
we go
notice right
again
away when
with
someone
problems
is
with the
incorrect. Or is
Thank
definitely
God we are
incorrect.
like at least a lot
Betty's
less anal
confidence is
about
shaken a
etiquette
bit,
nowadays.
and she has doubts of her
Although,
I think it's had some
Should she have
drawbacks,
preceded her guest into the
loosening
room?
up on it.
Is she directing
Yeah,
them to their
people like
places
eating with
first?
their fucking
Should
hands
Betty
and
have used
shit,
place cards?
scratching their ass and then touching the
The young
communal
man who is
fountain.
trying too late to
When's the
assist
last
Betty
time
with
you've
her
seen a
hair
neighbor bake
is
you a
wrong.
pie, or
It
you
is
do
his
something for
birthday
your
that is
neighbor
being
like that?
celebrated.
That doesn't
And
happen
Betty
anymore.
Damn. No, that don't
feel
happen no
lazy
more.
and just act as she always does. Notice now what of his way of opening his napkin and putting her in his belt. Could that be all right? Bernie and Helen seem quite certain of the way they open their napkins and place them in a half.
ain't nobody concerned with how chunks of frames and fucking sound are missing.
But then everyone is
Yeah,
more
I've been
now
noticing
the
that,
party's
but
really
I mean,
started.
it's old.
The main thing is that they should enjoy each other's company. Betty and Bob aren't worrying about their mistakes for a moment, but in the back of their minds they realize they will have to pay more attention to their manners. They know that the object of correct etiquette is not to make life formal and dull, but to make it fully enjoyable.
You could've
I think it
told
was
me,
like the
sir.
point. I think it was like the point when no, like they just all at the dinner table one day realized nobody fucking cares how you wear your napkin, just that you wear it.
At least use it, you son of a bitch, and don't fucking slobber or fucking eat
Well,
like a
at least the
goddamn
guy,
adult.
that one guy who shoved it into his belt, I was like, sorry, if you bring that out, there's a chance he could have, like, fucking pubes on that. That's just kind of like, come on.
Now that the soup is served,
There was no
Betty
implication that I shoved it in my underwear, Mojo.
Floyd passes the crackers to Dorothea before he
Although if he
Savor the flavor. Imagine you wipe your face with that napkin. It's like, oh, it came with some black floss.
What about
Ew.
apparently the guests are waiting for Betty to pick up
Bro,
her
could you
spoon
imagine though?
before
Because
they
like if he
begin.
spills gravy or something on his lap, it's gonna run down the napkin and into his crotch anyways.
Yeah.
Gravy dick, bitch.
But naturally, the guests give no indication of having no.
Gives another term for the gravy train.
That in itself would be impolite. As the relish dish is passed, Bob takes a handful and puts them on his service plate. And
Bro.
back he goes to his soup in the same old way. Then Bob notices that the others have placed their relish differently and changes them from one plate to the other, knowing there is a reason, but what is it?
Bro, relish doesn't come on sticks like that anymore. It's usually just like already in the food.
Yeah, but he doesn't even know. He thinks that if these things go wrong, it's punishable by firing squad.
Enjoyment is being interrupted with any problems for the
Alright, here comes Zoon. We're going to play Squid Games now.
Things that she hadn't thought of until now. That elbow on the table isn't one of her problems because she isn't even aware of it. But she is aware of the.
Did you guys hear those voices too?
Is there a correct way of eating an olive? Couldn't you just pop it into your mouth and eat it?
Oh God,
But then, how do you
Jesus
pick
is
up the
angry
fish?
at
With
me.
your fingers?
Why is he talking to me about table
Where do you
etiquette?
place it? Floyd seems to have confidence in his way.
Oh God,
but
does she
also
hear the
committed.
voices too?
Betty thinks she might try Floyd's way. Betty hopes that she
They're
doesn't
all
look as
just trying to
awkward as
play
she
off the
feels.
fact that they hear the disembodied voice.
Now our hostess feels better about the olives, but right away she sees something else. Dorothy is breaking her celery before taking a bite.
I can't
It has
handle
always
that
been
fucking
just
long a
celery.
stick. Not
You ate it
yet.
in whatever lengths you found it. Is it easier to handle in shorter lengths? And does it look like a smaller bite when you dip it in the salt and then bite off a portion?
That's how five-star restaurants got away with like giving you like fucking minuscule
Bernie eats a
servings.
radish and simply enjoys it, and he seems
And
certain of
expects you to
himself.
pay 500
Helen is
500
even
bucks for
tipping
them.
her soup plate for a last sup.
I say
She's
no.
correct. Certainly
I'll go
her
to a
manners
Golden
aren't in
Corral
order
before I do
during
that.
the party. As host,
But I haven't
Bob
dealt
is
with Golden
expected
Corral
to
in
serve the
fucking
meat
ages.
course. At home, his father does the
Good.
Any sort of
It looked
buffet
perfectly
fucking
simple,
style
and it is.
restaurant.
But if you were in Bob's place, would you know positively what to do?
Gonzo,
No.
I'm pretty sure that shit would destroy you nowadays, especially if you were dumb enough to
Just
eat
go
from the
ahead as
chocolate
best you
fountain.
can.
None of the places I
Dorothy
went
is
to had a
looking away
chocolate
so as
fountain.
not to notice.
Good.
Bob still isn't sure of what to do. But he
Dude,
can't hesitate
obviously
for
you're not
a-
supposed to
that
eat it
amount
every
seems
goddamn
too
plate
much.
on the
What?
The
table.
lady is not flattered by being offered a portion the size that might appeal to a hungry lumberjack.
Maybe he is a hungry
Cards.
lumberjack.
Deck
Betty
of
is
cards,
worried for
bro.
Bob. But after all, he is trying.
Give him a goddamn break.
Everyone learns by experience, even when
He-
mistakes are made. And one
He goes
isn't
out of his way to
sure
say, well, he
of
is
anything that
trying.
He is doing. Bob wonders if the portions he is serving are now too small. Should he give a large portion to the men and small ones to the ladies? Or should he serve about this amount and let the guests return their plates if they
Dude,
wish
give
a
the
second
men
helping?
the lumberjack servings. They'll fucking eat that shit.
Now Betty is about to serve the salad. Some new questions are arising. Can she use the implements for serving the salad correctly?
Can she be
And
able
what
to
size
do
should
that
the
without
portions
giving
of
off
salad
any
be?
lewd thoughts?
Is she offering too little? Is she getting a
Don't think
proper
about
assortment?
tossing salad. Don't think about tossing salad.
As
Fuck!
Betty passes the plate, should she say for whom the plate is intended? Bernie and
Okay, we
Helen
could
act
save
as
a
though
whole lot of
everything was
time
going
by doing
smoothly
this
with them.
Thanksgiving style. Everyone
And so
serves
really
out their
it is.
own.
In spite of Betty's worries, there are no mishaps. Floyd and Dorothy are enjoying
There seem to
themselves.
also be reasons we did away with
Bob,
table
you notice,
etiquette.
is not starting
There's
first
some
this
fucking
time.
asshole
He
that
waits
wanted
for
most of the
others,
potatoes, so he only
start.
gives me like a little bit.
At that point, you
Here's
might
the
as well
kind of
just
fun
say,
that they
fuck
all
it, we're not going to
wanted
have
when
a
the party
full
was
dinner,
planned.
we're just going to
By
order 3
having a good
pizzas and be
meal
done with
together
it.
and plainly enjoying one another's company. The heirs
I
of the
want
family
those
haven't taken
potatoes,
fun out of the
Jim.
party,
I will
but
cut
you
your
must remember
stomach
to give
open to
them
get
credit
them
for
if you
all the
don't
things
give
that
them
have
to
been
me.
done correctly.
By the way,
For
who
every
was that
mistake
lady that
made,
grabbed the
but
entire
everything has
stuffing
been
bowl?
done correctly.
I don't know.
Bob
I
is
think
confident.
I think that was the help.
Mystery
Well,
man
we're not
is
rich.
to use his knife
Oh
and
shit,
fork.
was that a burglar?
They are served in pieces that are
Did a
too big
bum
for a
just
proper
take
bite.
food off the dinner
What do
table?
you think? Is he
That's
wrong?
new.
Are we gonna stop them or no? The homeless need to eat, Jack.
But the person with confidence isn't necessarily the person who is correct. Up until this
Hmm.
minute, Betty has been confident that a person should butter his vegetables with his knife.
Good luck
But now that
buttering
Betty
it
sees
cold.
Floyd buttering his with his fork, she isn't certain. She wishes she did know definitely.
Remember when like everybody who was like poor or middle class all dressed like
If
they
he
were
is
rich?
correct, then she will be too.
Nouveau riche.
That's what every culture does.
1 minute he is
Just
uneasy,
pretend.
the next
Convince
overconfident.
people you're rich and
Now
everyone
he
will
is
think you
forgetting
are.
even his company manners,
If you've
and
seen
is acting
actual
as he
rich
usually
people, they
does,
dress like
in telling
complete
one of
bums.
his favorite stories. Dorothy and Floyd give
It's
him their
smart,
attention when he's
honestly.
looking at them, but at the same time,
If you don't
he
look like a
manages to
robbable
keep
man,
Robert
then you're
food
not
at the door.
robbable.
Bob isn't letting the story interfere with his eating either. So let's try counting the number of obvious blunders. The waving of his knife and fork about. Talking with food in his mouth. Monopolizing the conversation.
None of them seem to
But it is
care.
an exciting story. It's about a trip up in the mountains. And then, uh-oh.
Oh, he
This isn't the
he
kind of
spilled
thing
his
to the story
fucking
that's
glass all over the film.
But it is quicker, and maybe better.
Well,
At least
you
he
know what they
stops
say.
Bob
It was
from
just a
making any
glass
more
of
mistakes.
water, so it's just like...
Betty, too, has discovered that she had forgotten a couple of items of behavior. She is thinking that perhaps she and Bob both need to be
Jesus, with the
embarrassed
way
a bit
everybody,
to make
with the
them
way this
admit
guy
that
is
their
treating
manners aren't
them,
as
they're
good as
all
they should
gonna
be.
fucking You're all
They're
gonna
so
get
embarrassed
executed by
about-
the state.
They're all embarrassed about having fun just because the guy spilled his water by accident.
The others, of course.
Jesus.
It's like, dude, we're not going to judge you. We were just invested in the mountain story. Just clean the water up. We'll continue.
You shouldn't gesture with your flatware though. That is something that is considered rude, especially if you're holding a knife. Even if you're sitting down, it can be taken as threatening.
I will cut you, Jim. I will cut you. I'm gonna tell you a story about a knife, and then I'll cut you.
I can't tell if that guy's Indian or very Hispanic.
Does it matter? It's a black and white film.
It'll make a major difference between my jokes, because it'll be very bad if I either say, "Hola, señor," or "Hello, this is Microsoft Tech Support," and find out that they're totally not the thing I'm trying to joke about.
Look, it's fine. We just have to be all-inclusive. Hola, this is Microsoft Tech Support.
Helen is also using her left hand. Betty holds
Or it could be
the fork in her
Fez.
left hand while cutting the meat.
He later addressed the hostess at the table. We've been trying to reach you regarding your cause extended warranty.
She has noticed that the British and Continental people usually use their left hands. But now that she is beginning to take her manners seriously, she wonders if there is a matter of correctness involved, or whether both ways are equally correct. One way American, the other European. Betty wishes she were as
I don't want to
certain
become
that
like
as she
those
is of how her
flimsy
knife is
Europeans.
Bob has never heard of
Are they
I prefer-
Are they implying Europeans don't have table etiquette?
No. I know what that is, and I'll explain it. I'll explain the purpose. Can we pause it for a moment? Because I think this
sure.
is
Give me a
really
moment.
important.
Okay, sure. Yeah, pause it.
The
Alright, what do we
point
got?
and versus the big difference in American versus European way of holding your knife and fork is that the American way is that you have your fork in your right hand and you only pick up the knife when you're trying to cut a piece of meat. However, the European style is that you always have your fork in your left hand and you always have your knife in your right hand. That way, when you're eating, you don't have to set down your knife in order to, it's like you cut and eat at the same time. It's just more efficient that way. I honestly prefer it. And generally, I didn't know until I actually read a book. I actually have a fucking etiquette for dummies book. And it really is like, it literally lays it out. It's like, this is why it's done this way. We know it seems stuffy, but there's always a good reason behind it. We swear. And that was one of the easier ways. Technically, they're both right, but again, European is just simpler. You don't have to fucking think about the way that you're holding your knife or your fork.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jimmy Cars, and we're going to teach you about proper eating efficiency.
Yes, you want to be efficient when you're eating, because God knows if you're constantly picking up and setting down your knife, you might accidentally fucking drop it or whatever. It's happened. It's inevitable that it happens because, shit, the amount of occurrences, yeah.
All right.
Just cut with your right hand.
Today we are going to show you the proper way to eat like a master European and not a typical American dog. Pulls out gun, shoots American guy. Now, let us get started.
Let's back up a few seconds and see what's going to happen. There we go.
And as soon as he notices what Betty is doing, he is ready to follow her example, whether she is right or wrong. He uses his left hand all right, even if he does take an oversized bite. Bob congratulates himself on trying a new way.
I'm not a goddamn small cat. I'm a human being. I need a lot of food. I'm a growing boy. Well, I'm trying to pass off as a growing boy, but I look 30.
And is proud of himself. Formal parties like this are really enjoyable when one isn't afraid of doing the wrong thing. Bob has reached the point where he feels that since his intentions are good and he is watching himself, that all is well. If you just try to figure out what is the reason for each rule of etiquette, you find that the rules are sensible. After all, correct manners are simply the way one person shows his consideration.
Nowadays, instead of saying colorblind, you should say, I'm colorblind! Like a black and white film.
As far as Bob is concerned, this is the best birthday he has ever had.
I will tell you one thing, though. No matter what film it's in, milk is always white.
He really appreciates this.
This was a fucking birthday party?
The cake is a symbol, like the whole dinner,
This
a
goddamn
friendship.
birthday party
A
sucks.
delicious symbol of the regard that Betty and her friends hold for
That's a
Bob.
lot of fucking candles.
Particularly Betty.
Don't sing happy birthday, that's copyrighted.
The lighting of the birthday
Oh,
cake
actually,
with
that's
candles
free of
is an old
copyrighted.
custom.
That got
So
struck
is the blowing
down.
out of the candles.
Hell yeah.
I suppose the placing of the candles at the side is a modern
America.
touch of avoiding possible germs being blown on the cake. Serving the meat course upset Bob.
Look, if it's my cake, I'll spread my germs on it if I want to. It's all for me.
Our hostess isn't certain that she should be helping Bob. She worried about leaving the table to bring in the cake in the first place. Betty wondered if the...
How small is
serving
that
should be
fucking
left to the
slice he's
housekeeper.
cutting?
What would you say?
Dude, I mean, that's a
There is
pretty
Birthday
big
slice
boy
slice
gets
of
the
cake.
biggest fucking slice.
He's having trouble with the serving implements again. Do you think he might be able to figure out from the shape and the size of the blades which to use?
Should have just cut it up into equal parts, or
Cutting
just
and
say,
serving your
fuck
own
it, it's my
birthday cake
goddamn
would seem to
cake.
be
I'll
a
take a
pleasure.
quarter of it, and you
But
guys
could you
get the
actually
rest.
do this any more gracefully than Bob is?
Yeah, I know how to do
May
it more
not be as
gracefully.
great as she
God, look at how thin that slice is. Man's not even trying to get diabetes.
And about her placing the dessert forks. Are these correct?
Dude, the real American way. Type 2 diabetic.
Bob accompanies Betty to her place, assisting her with her chair before resuming his serving. He is at least trying to change his habits.
I'm trying to not be a shit.
And you notice? He forgot his napkin and sat on it.
Yeah.
He is serving smoothly now and is not distracting his friends with his difficulties.
Let me get him
They are
fart on the
free to chat as they
napkin.
wish. And once again, the party is fun. Bob and Betty met more problems than they expected. As we are seeing, people like Betty and Bob, who want to entertain their friends and have good times together, forget that poor manners can really interfere with the fun of the party. There is no fun in being worried, unsure, or ill at ease. It is much simpler in the long run to face your problems, find out what the correct answer is, and then when you act in a way that you know for certain is correct, your mind is perfectly free.
Or you could just stop. Yeah.
Of course, all
Well, I
this
guess they're
isn't
trying to say
accomplished
is
just by
stop
wishing.
worrying.
There are still habits that
Fundamentally,
have to be
yes.
infected and then broken. This is hard. Then new habits.
Although
You
this
know,
is a
the-
very roundabout way of
But a
saying
little
it.
study of etiquette will help
This
greatly.
etiquette is fucked. We have to tell you that this etiquette is
Once you
fucked and that
acquire
it doesn't
correct
matter.
habits in your manners, you will find that they give you a sense of confidence. That is a reward. in
I
itself.
swear this would have been dubbed over with audio
Our
from
party is
like
ended.
American
But let's
Psycho,
hope that
and
for
it
you
wouldn't
is, in
feel
another
out of
sense,
place.
just a beginning. As you think of Betty and Bob and their problems, compare your own manners.
Fucking the
Don't forget
thought
that it is
monologues
by their
from
manners.
American
Oh,
Psycho,
God.
A Scanner
The world around will
Darkly.
show their consideration for
Jesus.
Yeah,
Yes.
the dark
By
comedy
their party
nature of
is
American
one way
Psycho. It's a
enjoying company of your
masterpiece.
friends. A good meal, good company, real enjoyment. That's what a dinner party is for.
Now to let the help do the dishes. Oh wait, we don't have help. Ah, fuck it. I'll pay a fucking homeless guy to do them.
Well, again, there was a woman walking in and out of fucking scene. If that wasn't the help, then she's just stealing their shit. I'll take this whole gallon of milk.
I'll be taking that cake too. Fuck your birthday.
Fuck your birthday. Fun thing was the help was also white, so she's just being like white trash.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess.